So we can hear the volume here.
Are you in yet?
What?
Are you in?
No. No, I'm not. There's Debbie Carter.
Let's come to standing. At the sound of the bell, please make a standing bow or full prostration in this direction. Please be seated.
Good, take your seat.
What?
Take your seat. Take your seat, that's what it said.
I see it.
With sincere mind and heart, please make your bow to the Buddha. With sincere mind and heart, please make a bow to your family. With sincere mind and heart, please bow to your ordaining teacher.
So I want to welcome all of you here today. How amazing to have reached this point in our evolution as a Sangha to be ordaining a new priest, Jenny Smith, who shaved her head except for her little top knot. And there's a wonderful part later in the ceremony when I get to cut it off. Ordaining a priest is an unusual thing in this day and age. We, as Zen practitioners, don't put a lot of emphasis, and certainly not in Boundless Way, on ordaining, being a priest. But we have a few priests here, and maybe those of you who are priests can raise your hands so people will be able to see you. Yeah, and me. So as this ceremony goes on, you'll all get a sense of not only the profundity of ordaining, of dedicating your life fully and completely to the great way of the Buddha, which is what Zen priests do, but also the mystery of it. What causes a person to begin to practice Zen in the first place? Those of you who are Zen practitioners may already be wondering that very question. Why am I doing this? What is this all about? And if you've never practiced Zen before, and I think we do have some guests here who've never practiced, you may be wondering, is this something for me, something I would do? And here you'll see tonight what happens to someone who has completely surrendered to this great way of awakening, awakening to the true self, awakening to the heart mind that is possible for every one of us because we all contain this heart mind. And I just want to say a special hello to people on Zoom. Those of you who have, wave your hands. All of you, I'm seeing a lot of very familiar faces. How wonderful. And we're going to be recording this too. So those of you who are watching this at some future time, welcome to you too. I want to introduce a few people who are making this possible for us. And first of all, the four other teachers of Boundless Way Zen. We have David Roshi, who is over here to my left. And we have Dharma holder Alan Richardson and Dharma holder Michael Herzog and Dharma holder Reverend Paul Galvin. And then another priest who's involved in this ceremony is Reverend Corwin Miyagishima, who's helping with, with tech details as usual. He is the priest of tech also. Yeah. We'll get it back. Are we back? There we are. Thank you. Hi, everybody. You're back. And there's Reverend David Caruso, who's raising his hand now. And he is my Jisha or attendant tonight. And he's going to just send good thoughts to me so I don't get too lost in our script. Thank you. And we also have Reverend Ray Demers, who's behind him, who is also an important person in our ceremony. He is, what was his title? Shoge, yes. So he led the ceremony down into the Zendo. And you'll hear all of us participating at various points. We have a script. This is an old tradition that we've just slightly revised for the present moment. So what I ask of all of you to do who are not directly involved with a lot of this stuff is to be directly involved. Hear all these words and imagine that you have made this decision. And I actually see at least one person who is on the path of ordination in the room. This is something you may decide about years in the future or never, because the other side of Boundless Way Zen, which I love so much, is that we have lay leaders, people who are not ordained as priests. So that's also a wonderful thing. Later, you'll be able to participate by chanting. Our Eno Corwin is going to lead you in that. And also you'll be able to say nice things to Jenny later if you feel so moved. So just go with it, see how you feel. Be in the imaginary world of ordaining as a priest yourself, and notice what happens to your heart, your mind, and your body.
We begin with the invocation. We invoke the presence and blessings of our ancestors within the Dharma as we enter the Buddha's way. Being one with the Buddhas in the 10 directions, being one with the Dharma in the 10 directions, being one with the Sangha in the 10 directions, being one with our principal teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha, being one with the first great woman teacher, Mahapajapati, and all her sisters whose names have been left unsung, being one with the successive Buddhas and ancestors, being one with the great teachers in China, particularly Bodhidharma and Hui Neng, being one with the great teachers in Japan, particularly Dogen and Hakuin, being one with the first teachers in the West coming from China and Japan and Korea and Vietnam, and particularly those who gave our school its shape, Robert Aitken, Jiu Kennett, Taizan Maizumi, Joshu Sasaki, Sung San, Kobanchino, and Shunrui Suzuki, being one with all bodhisattvas and arhats in the 10 directions. May they all be present here as witnesses to the ordination of Jenny Myokan Smith.
The way is perfect like vast space, where there is no lack and no excess. The person who does not realize this wanders lost in a world of confusion and hurt, while the person who realizes the way is immediately at home. To be able to play freely in the field of awakening, it is necessary to let go of our grasping. Today, in this ordinary ceremony, you make your vow to open your hands and let all be free. Have no doubt, there is nothing that surpasses this opening of our hands, letting go of our grasping, and entering the great way. Today, Myokan, you shave your head and you put on the Buddha's robes. Cutting your hair is a sign of curing the root of grasping. Changing your clothing is a sign you step out of the cycle of delusion, opening the way of freedom for yourself and for all beings. These symbols were created to remind you to cut the root of delusion, to release that tight grasp. You can't hear? To cut the root of delusion, to release that tight grasp, to open your hands, allowing you to hold all things gently with love and compassion.
Remember, among all the Buddhas in the 3 worlds, no one awakened without opening their hands, releasing dualistic views. So this is a special time. Making such a vow is rare in the events of the world. The way of ordination is vowing to walk the path of awakening with all of your heart, your mind, your being. Myokan, please notice, please attend closely. Your body-mind is turning from its endless wandering among the abandoned grasses, and you are being reborn into the country of no birth, into your native land of the Buddha. Grasping and ignorance do not cease, and yet in this moment your original face, your true nature is revealed. Having nothing with which to cover your round head and wearing your Buddha's robes, you stand out as a witness before the world. If you follow this path truly, whoever comes in contact with you receives great benefit. Your abode is beyond the 3 worlds, and yet its virtue pervades the 10 directions. You walk equally among the Buddhas and ancestors. Remember your teachers and your true nature. Respect the way of the Buddhas as your very heart.
Can you hear now? Just wave if you can hear me. Yeah? Okay, thanks, Madhu. Yeah, and please remember to keep your sound off, because otherwise we get all kinds of weird echoes and noises here. Do you hear that? Huh? It's a mystery. This is a mysterious ceremony, as I said. It is said in the drifting, wandering world, it's very difficult to cut our grasping. But now you are vowing to let go and to realize the truth beyond self and other. This is true gratitude. This is the way of love and compassion. Is there another microphone that's on? Maybe that's what's doing it. Myokan, think of your parents and thank them for having given you this life. Consider carefully the mysterious karma that brought you here to this place and this time and this event. Think of what your loved ones, your parents, and your family have done for you. And further consider what your Sangha has done to bring you.
Why don't I try and figure out what that is?
So we're having a problem because somebody on the screen looks like they're muted, but they're talking to someone else. So we're going to just take a pause while Corwin tries. And if you notice that you're saying something or interrupting the ceremony, please come into silence and make sure that you're muted. Okay. We'll try again. We're going to start from the beginning. What? No. So I'm going to talk again about the Sangha. Think about what your Sangha has done to bring you to this moment. Think of your teachers. Thanks to them, you are now able to dedicate your life freely to the welfare and service of all beings. Now, Myokan, recall the world of boundlessness. That you can do this is indeed rare. So far beyond the imagination of those caught in the tangle of self and other. When for the first time bodhisattvas raise the Bodhi mind in the midst of birth and death, single-mindedly seeking awakening, the merit they derive from this very moment mind is deep, broad, and truly boundless. Though Tathagatas may explain it minutely, its healing truth can never be exhausted. So now we're going to do the part of the ceremony that's called preparing the new Buddha. One thing I didn't mention is that on our Buddha altar, our usual Buddha has a white cloth disguising it, because for the purpose of this ceremony, I get to be the Buddha, and then I'm going to pass the Buddhahood on to Jenny. So she gets to be the Buddha later. So she's the new Buddha, and Paul is going to help to prepare her. Oh, another technical detail was that the incense bowl wasn't prepared correctly, so we can't put incense in it. It's too fluffy. So I think I'll just try to make a little tiny one. See if I can get it to work. And whoever did it, please come to me at some future time and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to, as we say, sense all of the things that I give to Jenny, and Paul is going to help to dress the new Buddha. So the first thing is the robe. I now give you the inner robe of the Buddha. You're going to do 3 prostrations. So as Jenny takes her seat, I just want to reassure everyone who's thinking about ordaining that it never takes this long to get dressed. But this is, of course, part of the ceremony that we have someone else dress the ordinand, as Jenny is called. So, Jenny, I just put a little cushion here so you can kneel close to me, because the next part is about cutting your hair. This last hair, and you can see she braided it, she used to have long hair, is called the shura. Only a Buddha can cut it off. Now I will cut it Will you allow me to cut it?
I will.
Shaving your head, and again, shaving your head. Cutting your grasping, you are now on the path of the Buddha. With the mind of awakening, you are free to help all beings in the realm of suffering.
Leaving home, I seek the boundless way, freed from my ancient karma, freed from my grasping, freed from form and color. Everything is changed except my desire to live in truth with all beings. Embracing the path of love and compassion, I vow to free all who suffer.
So now I'm going to sense and give to Jenny three things. A lineage chart, which is the lineage from Shakyamuni Buddha all the way through all the Soto priest ancestors to me, and it's signed and stamped. And then I'm going to give you an ordination certificate, which you can use anywhere if anyone doubts that you're a full priest of the Boundless Way, allowing you to marry people and do funerals. And then your bowing mat, which I'm going to receive from Paul. So first, the lineage chart. And probably it's too small to see, but it has all these names, all the different teachers in our tradition. So, there you go. And this is a little bit easier to see. It's the certificate of ordination, also signed and stamped. And this is the zagu, the robe, the robe of the Buddha, the okesa, which hasn't been given to Jenny yet, is never allowed to touch the ground. So we always put down a bowing mat so that we don't let it touch the ground. And you put that in front of you on the ground. Yeah. Okay.
O Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Myokon, Buddha's disciple, receive the Nisidana Zagu, within our tradition said to be made according to Buddha's own. I will use it and protect the Dharma.
And now the next traditional gift to Jenny is a set of ceremonial bowls that are used in our Oryoki practice. It's a Zen priest set, so there are 5 bowls in it. And I'm going to sense it and offer it to you.
O Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Myokon, Buddha's disciple, receive the Buddha's bowls that are just enough for eating and begging. I will use these bowls made by the ancestors and follow their sacred meaning. The endless merit of the Buddhas and ancestors fills these bowls. I vow to offer it to all beings.
And now I'm going to sense and offer the kesa, or the O kesa. O means big. And this is a robe that's a big version of the miniature versions that Alan and Michael are wearing that we call the raksu.
O Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Myokon, Buddha's disciple, receive this Uttara Sangha robe of 7 panels, each panel made from 2 long pieces and 1 short piece. I will wear this robe of Buddha with the mind and body of its sacred meaning.
Turning to page 78. And we fold over our suture book so that it's folded over the back, and we hold our hands in gasho with our thumbs on the side facing us and the rest of our fingers on the other side in this prayer position. Verse of the Kesa.
Vast is the road of liberation, a formless field of benefaction. I wear the
Now, wearing the clothes of the Buddha and having the Tathagata's bowls, we will give you the Bodhisattva precepts. Wishing to receive the precepts, first of all, you should confess and atone using the verse given to us by our ancestors on the Great Way.
Page 5. And for this, we also hold our hands in Gasho, the prayer position. God of Atonement, all evil karma ever created by me since of old, on account of my being meaningless, greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all evil karma ever created by me since of old, on account of my being meaningless, greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. I vow to atone for it all evil karma ever created by me since of old, on account of my being meaningless, greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all.
Having confessed and made atonement, you have purified your body, mouth, and thoughts. This purification arises within the mystery of atonement, our turning from separation and toward the way. Next, you reveal yourself as the three treasures, which have the virtues and merits of the one body. Once you reveal yourself as the three treasures, all virtues and merits will be in complete accord. And as we enter into the part of the ceremony that has Jenny retaking the precepts, all of you can also take the precepts along with her. But before we do that, I have to take all my wisdom and put it in this bowl of water here, and then take a pine branch and cast my wisdom out to all of you, and especially to Jenny. So I'm going to do that now. This is called the Wisdom Water Blessing. I'm not going to go around, but just imagine you're getting shot. And it's very important now that I put it back. So you might not have been able to hear that whole thing, but I just cast wisdom water on the whole Sangha and I guess on you guys too. There you go. Luckily, it won't hopefully short anything out. Oh. Everything is new and fresh.
You will now receive the precepts.
First, the three treasures. Repeat after me, but say being rather than be. Be one with the Buddha.
Being one with the Buddha.
Be one with the Dharma.
Being one with the Dharma.
Be one with the Sangha.
Being one with the Sangha.
Be one with the Buddha in oneness, the awakened nature of all beings.
Being one with the Buddha in oneness, the awakened nature of all beings.
Be one with the Dharma in diversity, the ocean of wisdom and compassion.
Being one with the Dharma in diversity, the ocean of wisdom and compassion.
Be one with the Sangha in harmony, the interdependence of all.
Being one with the Sangha in harmony, the interdependence of all.
The Buddha has been revealed.
The Buddha has been revealed.
The Dharma has been revealed.
The Dharma has been revealed.
The Sangha has been revealed.
The Sangha has been revealed.
The three treasures are revealed. From now on, the Tathagata Buddha, complete awakening and perfect wisdom are your guides. Do not follow misleading or false ways. Because of the benevolent compassion of the Tathagata, you have been able to reveal the three treasures. Will you maintain them?
I will.
Next, you receive the three pure precepts.
Not knowing, thereby giving up fixed ideas about yourself and the universe, will you vow to cease from evil?
I will.
Bearing witness to the joy and suffering of the world, will you vow to practice good?
I will.
Honoring wholeness in yourself and others, will you vow to save all beings?
I will.
These are the three pure precepts. Will you maintain them?
I will.
Next, you will receive the 10 grave precepts.
Recognizing you are not separate from all that is, will you vow to take up the way of not killing?
I will.
Being satisfied with what you have, will you vow to take up the way of not stealing?
I will.
Honoring mutuality and respecting commitment, will you vow to take up the way of not misusing sex?
I will.
Listening and speaking from the heart, will you vow to take up the way of not speaking falsely?
I will.
Cultivating a mind that sees clearly, will you vow to take up the way of not intoxicating mind and body?
I will.
Unconditionally accepting what each moment has to offer, will you take up the way of not finding fault with others?
I will.
Meeting others on equal ground, will you vow to take up the way of not elevating yourself at the expense of others?
I will.
Using all the ingredients of your life, will you vow to take up the way of not sparing the Dharma assets?
I will.
Transforming suffering into wisdom, will you vow to take up the way of not harboring ill will?
I will.
Honoring your life as an instrument of the great way, will you vow to take up the way of not defaming the three treasures?
I will.
These 16 precepts, the 3 treasures, the 3 pure precepts, and the 10 grave precepts originated in the Sangha of Shakyamuni Buddha, and they have been transmitted through all the generations of Buddhas and ancestors to me. Now I have given them to you. Will you maintain these precepts as your very life?
I will.
When sentient beings receive the precepts, they enter the realm of the Buddhas. This is the Buddha treasure, complete and absolute awakening. Truly, those who embrace the precepts are the children of the Buddha.
We're entering the ceremony of recognition. At this point, I ask the Sangha to come. We're entering the ceremony of recognition. I ask the Sangha to come to standing, and Jenny will face you. You may make either a standing bow or a full prostration towards Jenny, and she will return it. Bowing. Thank you. You may seat. Sit yourself.
Take your something off the phone. Buddha recognizes Buddha, and Buddha bows to Buddha. So in a moment, the Ino is going to lead us in a chant which is in a language that we call Sino-Japanese. It's a Japanese version of a Chinese chant. It's how the Japanese would pronounce these Chinese words. And he will tell us where it is, and we do not raise our hands in Gasho for this one. But this is a chant that we do regularly every week and also at Sesshin, and it brings blessings on everyone who chants it, and it brings blessings on everyone who hears it. So please come right in with it as powerfully and sincerely as you can.
Page 8. And as Melissa Roshi mentioned, we do not hold our hands in Gasho, but we have our pinkies and thumbs on the front side, and the other 6 fingers on the back. Shosai myo kichijo darani
Nomo sanmanda motona no haraji kodosha sono nanto jito en yagi yun shivura shivura hara shivura jisusa jishuri sohaja senchi ga shiri e somoko nomo sanmanda motona no haraji kodosha sono nanto jito en yagi yun shivura hara shivura jisusa jishuri sohaja senchi ga shiri e somoko nomo sanmanda motona no haraji kodosha sono nanto jito en yagi yun shivura hara shivura jisusa jishuri sohaja senchi ga shiri e somoko.
On this occasion, auspicious signs appear in the 10 directions. The earth trembles and blossoms fall. All bodhisattvas ask all the Buddhas, what is the meaning of such an extraordinary sign? All Buddhas reply, in this world, a follower of the Buddha's teaching has received the bodhisattva's precepts from her teacher who has previously received them from her teacher. All bodhisattvas resolve to observe the precepts timelessly. Therefore, the universe manifests joyousness. The bodhisattvas vowed to all such home leavers, saying, if so, you practice and study together with all Buddhas, therefore accept all Buddhas as witnesses and teachers, and accept the bodhisattvas as fellow practitioners. Please be mindful of these precepts moment after moment, realizing them in your daily life. Due to the ripening of this great opportunity, your body now rests in the Dharma world. Realize that the whole world is involved in maintaining these precepts. In these precepts, there is no subject and no object, and so, of course, there is no merit either. Within this mystery, our practice is timeless and boundless. Preserve the good roots of these precepts and share the Buddha way with all sentient beings. Myokan, you have received Buddha's precepts and all beings have entered Buddhahood. With your name and clothes, with the lineage of transcendent wisdom, you are a child of the Buddha, one with all beings. And then you have to make 3 more prostrations. Jenny counted them up, and there's actually an infinite number. So at this point in the ceremony, Jenny is going to receive a brand new name. She already is Myokan, which I'll explain in a moment. And also because she's in the lineage of my priests, who I'm surrounded by right now. Some of them are very shiny-headed at this moment. She also receives the name Ryu Do, which means Dragon Hall. So you are now in the Dragon Hall lineage. And Myokan means luminous determination. And anybody who knows Jenny knows that that's a very accurate name. Luminous, shining so brightly, and determined, step after step after step, to get to this place and this time, to go through this ceremony, to shave your head, to receive the robes of the Buddha and the bowls of the Buddha. This is your path. And you join in a wonderful company of other people who have done something like this. So welcome and congratulations to Dragon Hall Luminous Determination, aka Reverend Jenny Smith. So we're going to take a moment. Paul is going to introduce this next part. So you get to join in the ceremony. Jenny, why don't you turn around? Please.
Such a wonderful outpouring of support, seeing all the faces on Zoom and here in the temple. I think this says so much about Rudo Myokan, Jenny, and Reverend Jenny, what she offers. And this is a time that if you would like to make brief, as far as comments to Jenny, we'll take turns. I will call on folks. If you're on Zoom, if you can raise your Zoom hand, which is at the bottom of the screen, and I'll alternate between those online. What you'll need to do is unmute yourself, say what you would like to say to Reverend Jenny, and then mute yourself again, and I'll alternate between online and here in the temple. First, Madhu, please.
I can't see Jenny. Oh, I can see a little bit. Thank you so much, Jenny. I felt like, you were completely exposing yourself to the path, to the way, and to all of us. And to me, it felt like it was so heartwarming to watch you. And I just feel so blessed. And I felt like your ordination is not just for you, but it's for all of us. And I just truly felt that. And I want to thank you for everything that you do for us and how you so effortlessly manage to do all the many different things that you do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Madhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu.
And in the Zendo, Corwin, Reverend Corwin.
Jenny, can you pass the mic forward, and then Corwin, hold on to it and pass it around to the next person.
Jenny, it wasn't so long ago that I was sitting in your seat in a different place. And yeah, I'm just, proud of you as my Dharma sister, and want to welcome you to this fellowship. And I don't know, what I felt afterwards was a bit of, wow, I have some big shoes to fill with all of the wonderful priests and teachers and the whole Sangha. But you also have the support of all of your fellow priests and teachers and Sangha. So we're all here for you. And yeah, we'll fill those shoes together. So congratulations. Oh, and Reverend Jenny Smith, you're going to get ribbed for a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Deb Pond.
Jenny, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be witnessing this ceremony. And I feel like I could look back into the ancient times, and there you are, right in the line. It's really wonderful. And I really appreciate you and what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, Reverend Ray.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny, for joining us. When just briefly, when I started Zen, I thought it would ease my suffering, but you have undertaken to free all human beings from this suffering, which means that you will suffer more and more as you grow in wisdom and clarity and compassion, and share that wisdom and compassion with others. And the hope that you will see it all as a manifestation of great love.
Thank you. Shannon.
Hi, Reverend Jenny Smith. You were the person that I spoke with when I reached out to Boundless Way, and it's just a real privilege to watch this tonight and to know that you are already a leader and such a great person to be in Sangha with. So congratulations.
Thank you, Shannon. In the temple. Bix?
Yeah, in my understanding of ordination is you're sort of formalizing a role that you've already taken on, and I just don't think that could be any more true. I just so appreciate all of the um the presence of leadership that you bring into the Zendo, and the determination that you shine forth. You don't live close to here, and you make it out anyway, and that's just very, very inspiring. So thank you.
Will.
Jenny, you've from the beginning you've been an inspiration, and I was just reflecting that means in breath, but that doesn't mean we have to talk about expiration. You are like a wonderful, refreshing in breath and a constant beacon, I would say, really, in your wonderfully modest way. So deeply appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else in the temple? Anyone else online?
There's David.
Okay.
Jenny, I just wanted to say that I hope you feel the incredible amount of love surrounding you. And I'm sure you do. And it's just a beautiful ceremony to be a part of. And I'm so glad that you did this and that we all did this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
So Jenny, you've been a problem from the beginning. There's many people who come through these doors, come once and say, thank you very much. That's a nice thing you've got going. I have other things to do. Jenny came once and she said, this is a nice thing you have going. I think I'm interested. And she has come back again and again and again. And what a blessing for us all. And this evening we all ordain with you and reconfirm that we are all children of the Buddha. So thank you for reminding us so often.
Tom.
Reverend Jenny, I hate to admit it, but there are parts of Shishin that I don't exactly love. However, one part that I always loved was working with you in the kitchen. You were always a source of inspiration and something that kept me coming to Shishin. And I've always loved working with you. And thank you very much for myself and for all of it.
Thank you, Tom. Carol.
Reverend Jenny. I've known you for a long time, longer than you've been coming here. And I'm just so happy for you. You have been, I don't know, you shine to me in my life for many years. So I'm just so happy for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Pierce.
Jenny, I've been in awe for a long time of all the many things that you do for the Sangha. And in watching the ceremony this evening, I feel that this is another one, a very special thing that you are also doing for the Sangha, as well as all beings. And so I just want to add my congratulations. I've also been very appreciative of your guidance in tech matters when we've both been officers for online sesshin. I really rely upon you. You're now also a priest of tech. So congratulations. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Fairs. Jeannie.
Jenny, I want to thank you for your practice, your service, and your love. And I've seen it grow and grow, and I'm in awe of you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to offer Reverend Jenny an opportunity to say a few comments.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, all my Sangha and Dharma buddies and my family. It's so touching to see you on screen. And this has seemed so improbable, like who would have ever thought this would happen, but it's also just been very obviously the right thing to do all along the way. And this is my home, and you are my teacher. I don't hope to fill anyone's shoes, but I'm among my people. So thank you everyone. Thank you for showing up and supporting me all these years.
We'll get one more call, one more comment, I should say, from Deborah. So please.
Reverend Jenny, we have loved you. You've been such an important part of our family this whole time, and what a treasure you are to us. What a gift, and what a treasure you are to the folks here. And it feels like our family has just gotten a whole lot bigger.
Good.
Thank you, Jenny.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah. So I joyfully announce to all beings everywhere that the ordination ceremony of the Reverend Ryudo Myokan is now concluded. Applause are welcomed. We will end with the 4 Bodhisattva vows, and then after that, I invite all of those in the temple, and I would even invite those, as far as online, to have a little refreshment, as we congratulate our new priest, and we'll do that after the 4 Bodhisattva vows. Turn it over to our Eno.
Turning to page 90, the last page in the sutra book. And if you're online with an electronic copy, it may be easier to get to page 11. Hands in Gassho. The 4 Bodhisattva vows.
Beings are numberless, I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible, I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable, are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it.
Thank you all for being here on this joyous occasion. The people who are in the front are going to exit first, along with Jisha. And then please feel free to wander around, especially into the kitchen where those cookies and tea are waiting for you. And we're going to stop burning incense. And we're going to ask everyone on Zoom to unmute yourselves now. Finally, you get to unmute and send a joyful greeting to Jenny. And then we're going to log you out of Zoom.
Congratulations, Jenny.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Love you.
So proud of you.
Bye, everybody.